Today, we have the privilege of speaking with a distinguished figure in the field of CSR and social work. With a remarkable career spanning over 2 decades, he has made significant strides in corporate social responsibility.
So he's been inspiration for me. How it has started is, until the time of I work in companies like Reliance and I worked in ICICI, the opportunity I got because the idea is I have it in my mind that, yes, I want to do something to the society. Yes.
While assessing non-profit partnerships, how do you evaluate their governance structures to ensure they deliver desired outcomes, keeping the ESG objectives in mind?
We should be pleased with the work being put into. And the third one is the impact, whether that real work is giving real reporting and real impact.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm Sunny Pancholi, and today we have the privilege of speaking with a distinguished figure in the field of CSR and social work. With a remarkable career spanning over 2 decades, he has made significant strides in corporate social responsibility, leveraging his extensive skill sets to transform social initiatives into existence. Currently, the Senior Director of CSR Programs at Cyient, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Krishna Deevi to the podcast. Mr. Krishna, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Sunny, for the introduction. I'm first of all so glad to be invited for this podcast as a speaker. And I also take this opportunity to appreciate and congratulate Directors Institute because I'm going through some of the courses from this institute, for organizing such a broadcast series with leaders. And I myself listen to some of the eminent speakers' inspirational talks, and I would be really delighted if someone of the aspirants can get a meaningful learning out of my experiences. Thank you once again, Sunny.
Great to hear that. And I'm really looking forward to our conversation, Mr. Krishna. So I was wondering where to start from. All right. Okay. So what inspired you to pursue a career in social work and CSR? That is part A. And does your early life experiences have something to do with it, perhaps?
Yes, indeed. You got a right question to start with.
Okay.
Sunny, I come from a very low-income family, born and brought up in a village. Primarily, it's an Orthodox family. We call it as one remote village in Andhra Pradesh. My upbringing was with my grandfather, a nobleman which has noble deeds and noble thoughts. And he lived with a lot of values and high values enriched into his living. So he's been inspiration for me. How it has started is, when I was so young at the age of 7 and 10 years old, he also used to invite some of the children of my age group from very poor and weaker sections of the communities to the house. And he also offered them some food and give some educational aids. Also teach them on education, right? No, he always believed in that education is very important for anybody to live and succeed in their lives. So he wanted to discriminate these barriers of educated and uneducated. In a village, he started teaching them, providing them value-enriched education through some stories, moral stories from our mythology, Indian mythology I'm talking about. And so much of teachings he's been given to them. So that where I asked him why, it's been doing, he said that what you give back to the society and that will come back to you as a good deed or probably, with a good, prosperity to you. So with that idea has sparked some thought in my mind that why can't I do something to the community or a society as an individual? We now calling it as ISR, right? Individual social responsibility.
Absolutely.
This is the thought is there in my mind. And when I grew up from my college and when I'm pursuing my studies, I go to some orphanages or old age homes, which everybody did. Now everyone is participating in some other ways in community programs, right? Because people will go and talk to the orphanages and give them some good deeds or materials and also spend some valuable time motivating them. So all those things, individual social responsibility activities I used to do until the time of I work in companies like Reliance and I worked in ICICI. And then I worked in Cyient. I'm currently working with Cyient Limited. Formerly, it was Infotech Enterprises Limited. So my ISR thought is there as a backdrop, which is a bedrock for my, foundation. As it's a bedrock for my thought. And second thing is, when I'm looking at any organization, when I wanted to join, I always look at what exactly they do for the community and society. That's the thought for me, so that I can participate in the programs. So Reliance does in good work in terms through Reliance Foundation, was there in existence for many decades. And also, ICICI also do good work through ICICI Foundation. Prior to the Act and law came into play, and they were doing very good work in terms of charity or some good cause to the community. And when I'm looking at my career progression, I just joined the organizations where it has some intent of giving back to society. Then when I was going through the profiles of an organization called Infotech Enterprises that time in 2008, I saw their charity work too, because I felt that, okay, they are doing good work in community. When I'm working as an engineer or a project lead, I also can spend some valuable time out of my business hours I'm referring to. So I can go and spend some time in the community. So with that intent, I joined these Infotech Enterprises Limited, and we do programs every weekend. We go to the community and participate in the programs. Suddenly one day, from the organization, I received an email as part of IJP as an internal job promotion or internal job posting, saying that we are looking for CSR manager. So yes, I have that thought of doing some service to the community, which is a bedrock for my bedrock as a foundation. And second thing, this is a career as well now. So my wife is working for a big corporate, big IT industry as a senior program manager right now. She said that, if you want to pursue a career, yes, definitely you can go ahead and opt CSR, which is a passion to you, and your grandfather given you a lot of values, enriched living or culture to us. Why can't you, explore it and do further in the community and do some service to the society? Then I picked up, this is a career option in 2009. It's almost 15 years now, close to 1.5 decade. I'm in purely in CSR, though I have 2 decades of experience in various industries and other stuff. And then I opted this role as a CSR manager. Now I've grown into a senior director of programs. So this is my, this is the opportunity I got, because the idea is I have it in my mind that, yes, I want to do something to the society. So that where it started and that where it ended right now, Sunny.
All right, Mr. Krishna, thank you for the excellent start to this podcast. And I must say, your career journey is truly incredible.
Thank you.
And it is clear that your work has been, incredibly productive and impactful to the society as well. All right. So, continuing our conversation, you have been involved in initiatives that bridge the gap between education and industry skills.
Right.
So, what are some key challenges you have encountered in this area, and how have you addressed them?
Right, Sunny. See, when you say as a CSR or corporate social responsibility, there are many interventions a organization or an individual or an NGO can do. India has acute problems in acute areas, severe problems and severe sectors, which is impacting the country's growth. Then we realized education and skills is one of the primary area where it needs a lot of interventions, because most of the companies does and most of the individuals are also doing it. So then we picked up this, the board has asked us, how you address these challenges, because we also need workforce, right? So we as an organization, engineering design services company or any company for that matter in India also need a lot of skilled resources. So skills is the foundation. Education is the foundation for skills. I put it that way. So education and skills go hand in hand. But still, if you see, there are around 1 million children coming out of these colleges every year. But still, we say that a lot of skill gap. Universities are producing so many students and colleges are producing so many students. But still, a company, a corporate still have a resource crunch, saying that there is a lot of skill gap. So that is the objective, that how we can bridge. So with that idea, we started this intervention. This intervention primarily focuses on education as a primary focus area, where we go and adopt some schools, so provide them primary to high school education. Once that education is being given, primary to secondary or high school, then it goes to the higher education. It may be engineering or diploma or any graduation. There comes the job and skill gap. So when I interacted with many industry leaders as a part of CSR, I've been to industries and learned from them that the skill matrix. So what exactly the skill you're looking at? Why you're not in a position to fill up the gap, primarily which has been arose of these kind of newer technologies. Like every industry is having every day by day upgradation is happening, disruptive in technologies, missionaries are coming with latest futures, or maybe the coding AI is also taking up heavily on programmers. So now what we have realized is education, the universities, and a lot of gap when they hit the industry. So with that idea, the started with education, then we are operating now skill centers. These skill centers, what it does is it pick up the students from engineering, non-engineering graduation students, and also dropouts from various levels, maybe 10th class, or maybe high school, or maybe secondary school, or +2. So we pick up those people and go to the industry and identify and map them. What are the relevant skills which be suiting to them, and train them and give them a ready-made resource, so that there will be a pipeline created for the industry. The industry no need to go and search for a skilled resource, because industry-specific skill is being taught to the guy, a student. Then the student is being placed into the industry once they attain the skill level. So that manner, we are trying to bridge the gap between industry and the academia. Now, the challenges are three, the major observations we have. Challenge number one is the industries are not located where the resources available. For example, if there is a tier 2 city, or maybe a district where you have a lot of youth, unemployed youth, and there is no industry available in the district or the locality. Point number two, though there are resources who are skilled, that kind of industry, the relevant skill industry is not in that particular area. For example, we take some districts of Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, they have manufacturing in electronics, or electronic manufacturing rather. So the skilled resources of not of electronic manufacturing, probably they are from pulp making industry, or maybe some machinery operators, or maybe some healthcare. So there is an industry, but the skill is not there. But there are resources, the industry is not there. And the third one is the motivation of wages. Because if a person comes to an industry with a high aspiration, though they ignore the skill gap, they say that some of my friends are earning some 10 lakh per annum, because people all talk fancy numbers every news article. They say that I got 10 lakh package, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs. And they are not assessing really what kind of skill is needed in that kind of package. So the ideas are the kind of interest a person to attain certain entry-level jobs is a reluctance from the person. So these are three categories. One is the behavioral aspect of a person, and second thing is real skill need and industry availability. So now we started mapping all three together. So we go to the colleges, we tell them that, yes, these are the industries available within your vicinity or in your district. So if you want to attain a career within your home district, please have such skills. If we are happy to go any further city or further district, further country or further state, you please have such skills. So now at the education level, at a college level, or maybe school level, if they've been given that kind of enlightenment or some kind of knowledge, so that will bridge the challenges, that will help in addressing such challenges. So this is the model we operate, Sunny.
Rightly said, Mr. Krishna. Such initiatives not only bridges the gap between premier institutions and others, but it also unlocks the vast potential of untapped talent across the country.
Right.
And such initiatives are really crucial as they ensure a diverse influx of fresh, innovative minds into workforce, fostering a more inclusive and dynamic industry. Right.
Right, Sunny.
Okay. All right. So moving forward, our viewers would like to know, Mr. Krishna,
Yes.
while assessing non-profit partnerships, how do you evaluate their governance structures to ensure they deliver desired outcomes, keeping the ESG objectives in mind?
Right, son. See, governance is very, very important, not only for a non-profit or a corporate, because governance is the key, which is the one which tells how to function, how ethically, how how ethically a corporate can function or a NGO can function. So evaluation of governance structure is very key for any corporate when they are boarding them as their CSR partner, or for that not for profit organization to be a partner organization for their CSR implementation. Here, the governance comes in many ways. One, what kind of values the not-for-profit is carrying, and the leadership. And the leadership has real process set for the governance. For example, it may be internal audit mechanism, external audit mechanism, financial controls, or the reporting, or they're really complying with the laws and act. These are the very key focus areas. When we are looking at a not-for-profit entity for a partnership, so you should also go through a series of procedures starting from the compliances, audits, and the kind of leadership and the kind of values they possess. So this is the prime focus for me when I'm evaluating the partnership. And also the kind of work they do and their report. Reporting is also a very big key here, because doing work, yes, it's indeed needed because you need to do a real good work. And also you need to project what exactly you have done. That's also a very key factor for my evaluation, because once the work is done, you must be in a position to report in such a manner the funder or a donor should be pleased with the work being put into. And the third one is the impact, whether that real work is giving real reporting and real impact. So on paper, what you talk, it should really reflect in the society as well. So these are the three things a person should evaluate, and it's my personal opinion to evaluate such three things. And coming to the ESG, environmental, social, and governance, is the key buzzword. Yes, it's not only the buzzword, it is the need of the hour for any corporate like us, not only a corporate, it's any manufacturing, any IT, non-IT, MSMEs, irrespective. ESG is the key factor for us, because government not only pushing for ESG objectives or goals in mind, it's for our own future generations. Maybe my kid or my son or my daughter need to live in a good place or good planet, which has the resources availability. So ESG is a primary compliance factor. When we are evaluating any not-for-profit entities or any partnership for any supply chain, we also see that how they are responsible to the environment, how they are contributing to the societal growth, and what kind of governance they have in play. So these are the three key elements which we evaluate, and we also onboard the people who qualify for these kind of governance structures in place. Hope I answered your question, Sunny.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishna. Your assessment to ensure that potential partners not only demonstrate a strong commitment to social impact,
Right.
but also have to adhere to environmental sustainability and robust governance practices.
Absolutely.
This is truly commendable, Mr. Krishna. Truly.
Thank you, Sunny.
All right. So moving forward, reflecting on your experience-rich career, what key advice would you offer to young professionals aspiring to make a significant impact in the field of CSR, social work, and community development?
Right, Sunny. See, any career option, without interest, you can't do the job. Maybe a engineer or a computer science graduate wanted to pursue something in computer science. Yes, that's your interest. Please pursue. Or if you have some interest, for example, a sports guy can't be, a software engineer. So he can pursue his career in sports as a career. So the interest is the prime factor. So for any career, interest is very important. I mean, the kind of interest whether you have towards that job or passion. So that's one objective. Second thing is, if you have real interest in doing some service to the society, yes, there are various means of doing service to the society. It may be your individual social responsibility or community participation. Yes, there are so many opportunities in the industry currently or available for you to participate in various community development interventions. Now, if you have real interest in building a career in social interventions or CSR fieldwork, yes, this is the right time. I'm not saying that the act has come into play 2013. Companies Act is talking about CSR has been a mandate, and there is a mandate saying that 2% need to be spent on social interventions within India. Yes, there will need to be governance around CSR. Yes. Now the government is also created a framework for CSR. Yes, now this is the right time for any individual who has passion to do a CSR work, or he is an individually inclined towards social service. Yes, this is the right time, a right place to pursue careers in CSR. But here there is a catch. See, CSR don't take merely as a job opportunity or a career opportunity. You should have a bent of giving. When you go to the community, when you are assessing a project, when you are assessing a need in the community, and when you design a project, you should have the bent of giving or bent of problem solving nature for the community issues. So if you do not have that interest, merely don't take as a career option. If you have a real commitment to the community, if you want to create an impact to the society or do some good work to the community, yes, please do take up CSR as a career option. And you have a lot of opportunity now. The companies also giving their portfolios has been created, CSR manager, CSR head, and also there are ESG directors, CSR directors, committees are being formed. A lot of opportunity for you to take it as a career opportunity. Yes, you get a definite motivation when you start pursuing in your career. You get a lot of self-satisfaction. I'm sorry for fumbling. You get a lot of self-satisfaction by participating in community programs. You hear some good impactful stories. You interact with the beneficiaries. Yes, you get real motivation and a career as well. Hope I answered question, Sunny.
Absolutely, absolutely, Mr. Krishna, and rightly said. If you have interest, then you should obviously take this as a career, but also you have to have that keen bend towards making an impact into the society and
Right.
giving it back to the society. Amazing. All right, so let's move ahead, and I would like to ask you, Mr. Krishna, what continues to motivate you in your CSR career, and what is your long-term vision for the impact of your work on communities and the environment?
Right, Sunny. See, the motivation is continuation to the previous question. Yes, you should have some self-satisfaction. We keep on hearing, some of the sports legends like Sachin Tendulkar says that I just don't make, a sport as my career. It's my passion. I wanted to just go and play, wishfully and joyfully. Similarly, in any career progression, the motivation should come within, not the monetary. Maybe my organization offer me some good perks, saying that yes, I'm a good manager or good leader. I do some good programs. I may get some good wages. Apart from that, you should have motivation should come within that. Are you satisfied the kind of work you are doing? Yes, that gives you a motivation. You should be self-motivated by kind of work you do and the satisfaction you derive from the work. So one is the motivation should come from within, and I do achieve my motivation from within because I get motivated by seeing the lot of impact what we create, heartwarming stories I hear from the community, and also the impact which we are creating on the environment and community by large. So this is one factor where keeps me continue to be in CSR career. It's 15 years, it's not a small time. So in CSR particularly, though there is no act, no law into place, 2013, just 11 years old. 11 years old, the law. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, the motivation should come from within. Yes, you feel good about it and good about your work. Yes, for those people, CSR is a very good opportunity. And second thing, coming to the second part of the question, coming to my vision and the impact of my work in communities and environment. Yes, we have very strong vision saying that how we wanted to create a sustainable living for the younger generations or the generations to come in. It may be a holistic development in terms of inclusivity or conducive environment around you for the opportunities, the learnings, and the industries to have a skilled resources. And second thing, so very important, where everybody is now focusing on the environment. So global warming, greenhouse emissions, greenhouse gas, those causing a lot of trouble to the mankind. So environment is a key focus area where we want to put in a lot of emphasis, promotion of greenery, reduction of carbon footprint, and also create a sustainable planet because we are consuming natural resources more than we require. So that need to be controlled, and organizations also consuming natural resources lavishly would need to be addressed in a manner. So as an organization, as an individual, I'm focusing on how we can protect the environment as part of ESG, environmental, social, and governance, and also how communities will self-sustain. Like even communities will get benefit with green energy, sustainable energy, sustainable income, sustainable cities, sustainable villages. So all this ecosystem is our prime focus now. So we are going deeper into the communities, building sustainable communities. We are deeper into the roots, grassroots, and the individuals, enlightening them on the impacts of environment or the current impacts being caused by us on the environment. We are enlightening them and taking very strong precautionary measures. These measures will help the planet to sustain for long, and the environment to sustain for long for future generations. Sunny.
Mr. Krishna, your visionary approach highlights a deep commitment to creating lasting positive change within communities and the environment. By prioritizing sustainable and impactful initiatives, you are setting a remarkable example for others to follow.
Thank you, Sunny.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm loving this conversation, and I deeply appreciate the enlightening experience I'm having with you right now, Mr. Krishna. Although I still have one last question for you, if you don't mind. Can I?
Please. Yes, please, Sunny.
All right. So according to you, how can Directors Institute's courses support CSR professionals in order for them to enhance their skills and build meaningful networks?
Right. See, I had come through this particular institute very recently, Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. It's really doing a very good work. I have come through some of my references has told about this to me. Then I have evaluated this program. How it is helping is three means, because one, it is helping us to enlighten the opportunities in the space of CSR, not only CSR in being a director, independent director in any company. Second thing is it gives you a lot of networking options. See, my friend, whom I have come across this Directors Institute course, he's now been independent director of one of the biggest organization. It just not happened just like that. You can't just reach out to be an independent director in any big company or a big corporate, or maybe ESG director or CSR committee independent director, something like that. It's not possible. It's only possible with the networking. And the Directors Institute has that kind of networking capability. It's been putting people onto that kind of area or limelight and creating that environment around you, that you speak to people, speak to industries, that speak to stalwarts in the industry and get to know and learn. So industries also will see you as an individual or a capable or a competent resource. And third thing is the kind of experiences or knowledge being given by the very senior, very senior professionals in the industry. You can't get such learnings anywhere, because I've been taking the course. That's why I'm proudly saying I can even take out some names. Sundareshan, Dr. Sundareshan sir, as an amazing speaker, as a teacher or a coach or a mentor. So the kind of lessons what we are learning is immensely helping us to pursue our career, not only pursue our career, to be, very responsible individual in corporate governance. So Directors Institute, World Council of Directors Institute is doing an amazing job. And this really helps people like us, or professionals like us, not only professionals like us, that even the early career, people, people who are still pursuing their early careers or career aspirants, this is the right place and right to go institute for learning. That's what my take on this, Sunny.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishna. Your dedication towards driving innovation and your overall accomplishments in the CSR field certainly reflects a profound commitment towards positive community impact. And it's clear that your work not only shapes the future, but also makes it a better world to live in.
Yes, sir.
So thanks a lot for your time, Mr. Krishna, and we truly appreciate your presence.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you. Once again, I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to Directors Institute, because I started liking it. And I'm really honored and thrilled to be part of this broadcast as well. And I hope my experiences can be a bit of learning to the aspirants who are planning to take up CSR as a career option, or maybe a directorial position as a career option. I'm really thankful to Directors Institute for this opportunity. Thank you, Sunny, once again for you.
Thank you, Mr. Krishna, for joining us today. So that was Mr. Krishna with us, and we look forward to sharing more inspiring stories and insights from remarkable leaders in our next episode. Until then, keep upskilling and finding joy in your journey. Keep smiling. Have a nice day.